What's going on, everybody? Drive Time back at it again. So, man, gotta touch on this whole thing about people getting fired over the statements about the latest assassination. This one is funny to me because for the past, I want to say 5 years at least, if not 10, I've been hearing people talk about how freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of consequences. Freedom of speech does not mean freedom of consequences. You can freely say what you want, but that doesn't mean you can control how people react. Freedom of speech does not mean freedom of consequences. They've been saying this for the longest. And now that there's consequences, they want to freak out about it. And I don't get how the connection is not being made. In fact, even if a person is upset about getting fired for what they said, let's examine what they said. They either was cheering or applauding, or they were saying something to the effect of him getting what he deserved, him bringing it on himself, him whatever, and that's all based on what he said. So when you boil down their gripe, he said something, he had a consequence, and that should be justified by their rationale. Then when they say something and they get a consequence, it's not justified. And here's the real breakdown that people seem to miss. If a person is paying you, you are subject to the standards in which they are agreeing to pay you. It's that simple. Now, there's going to be some differences for people who have unique contracts or tenures or whatever, but for the most part, and even in those really, you are subject to the employer. People don't have to pay you to let you do whatever you want. That's not real. You wouldn't do it, so you shouldn't expect somebody to do it. It's not unreasonable for a company to say, this is a bad look for us, and we don't want to jeopardize our money in order for you to just say whatever you want to say. And here's the part that really makes it hypocritical to me. The same people who say this aren't this upset when an athlete loses an endorsement over something they said, or when an actor or an actress gets dropped from a movie over something they said. It's always fine when, I think it's fine when it's a rich person. Because in your brain, it's like, well, they've got plenty of money. But then when it happens to you, I need to feed my family. It's the same. If you are ever okay with somebody being dropped from an endorsement, dropped from a movie, not hired because of a past statement they made, or removed from something or whatever based on something they said, or you feel like it was somewhat somehow justified or expected for what happened to him because of what he said, then you should also be able to understand and accept that you got fired because of what you said. I don't know why they don't teach these people this, because it seems to mostly be young people, but not completely. But I don't know why they don't teach y'all the bare bone basics of how to get and keep a job. When you got a job, you got to try to make sure that you are doing with what lies in the job until you get so good at it that you're not easily replaceable. That's how it works. And I will give you an example. When people decided they want to strike, boycott, and whatever Dave Chappelle over his comedy specials, he didn't care because he knew he had the leverage, because Netflix came to him. When people wanted to boycott and say they was moving their music off of Spotify and Joe Rogan didn't care, because they knew that Joe Rogan was more valuable than the people making these empty, idle threats. And to take it out of the context of a famous person, as long as you are really capable to a degree that your job can't be easily filled, and by easily I mean like within a week or two, you can do that. But if not, you gotta chill. And this is the thing I tell people all the time. Like when I would hear people make this argument about I should be able to have my hair and I should be able to have my tattoos and I should be able to have my piercings. Yeah, for some places, but not for everywhere. Do you know some people that got their hair, tattoos, and whatever? Yeah, but they're really good at the job that they do, so they earn to be able to right to do that because the employer is gonna look past it because of the skill set. If you don't have a skill set and you easily replaceable, why would they look past it when they could just get somebody else that could do the thing? Basics that I don't know why people don't know. Word to the wise. Actually, wise know this. Word to the word to you unwise, new, young, unlearned people. Don't mess your money up trying to be yourself. Make yourself so valuable that your employers want you to be that person. But if you're not there yet, and you'll know when you are, stop it. And just as an added bonus, how will I know if I am? If you get raises without asking, you there. If you get promotions without asking, you're there. If you get people coming up to you constantly, talking to you, giving you accolades, boosting you up, bigging you up, you're there. If you start noticing subtle treatment that's different than other people around your job, you're there. And if you know for a fact that it's not that many people who can do what you do, you're there. But if you're not in that position, stop. If you do a job that you got in a matter of minutes, maybe one interview or something, cut it out. You not. And you gotta prove yourself when you get there. Stop messing your money up trying to prove a point. It's not that hard. I'm gonna leave it at this because I heard another content creator say it one time. All you gotta do is just put the phone down, and y'all wouldn't be out here getting fired. It's like, all I know is for y'all youngins that get this message, hey, now's the time to put in applications because there's gonna be a lot of positions open.